Hey, bruh. Do you vape, bruh? You a vapor? Or as I like to call them, wankers. Do you vape, bruh? You vape, bruh? Do you vape, bruh? Vaping. I didn't know, right? Okay, I'm going to tell you, like, I didn't know that people actually thought vaping was cool, because I think it's just so whack. But apparently people do think it's cool. And I first found out, like, mum's neighbour, her daughter, who's I think she's 14, maybe 15, maybe she's 14, because we went to a birthday party and it was a 14th birthday. Yeah, there you go. She's 14. I remember, and she was taking some Instagram selfies, like, and then she was talking about something, and she goes, "Oh man, it looks like a vape," but in a way, it was like, not like, ugh, it looks like a vape, as in, it looks like I'm vape. Oh no, it looks like I'm vaping, as in, I was like, I was gonna ask her, but then she's there with her mum, so I was like, oh no, it's probably not the sort of thing you want to ask someone in front of their mum. I was like, "What, do you vape?" Because she's obviously not going to tell me the truth or not, because her mum's there. But it was very interesting. And I was like, oh my god, do they think vaping's cool? No. And it blew my mind. Now maybe you're probably there going, oh, of course it's cool. I'm like, alright, chill the fuck out. I'm gonna back off a second. Your opinion ass. So apparently, people actually think vaping's cool. Now, I did vape for like a few weeks once, right? I generally wanted to give up smoking, and I bought a Vaper, and it started making my bottom teeth feel fucking weird. Right? And all the things that make smoking make me feel weird, it just made me feel even weirder. Like, it was worse than smoke, and I was like, fuck this shit. You see people vaping, yeah, and it's an obnoxious cloud. Like, why? Like, it's when you see people releasing clouds like that, like, you ever seen it? Like, I've seen it from a distance, and I'm like, Jesus, is that a power station blowing up? It's like, and it stinks. Like, fags smell of fags, yeah, but vapes smell of all kinds of fucking shit, right? It's just like, what is this? You know, fucking cocoa lemon butter. You know, they're there with this, and they're fucking, do you know what I mean? I remember they were like, I remember the first time I seen a vape type thing. And there was, I think it was in Bristol, right? And there was a guy with a display box, and they looked like cigarettes, right? You know, they were fake fags. It was like, okay, this is, all right, that might be a cool way that might work to give up. It was better than patches and shit. And then suddenly they've got to like things. I seen a guy once, one like that. It was like that. He was in a car. I thought he was trying to shoot his. I thought he was trying to commit suicide. I was like, oh my god, that guy's got a fucking gat in his mouth. No, it's a fucking vape. Shit is obnoxious. And then when I seen people doing vape tricks, and my friend Ollie went and bought a vape. You know, this is in Bristol, and he said he went into a vape shop. Now, I've never been in a vape shop, and I'll never set foot in one. They're dark and I mean, they look like wanker's paradise. And he started asking, you know, well, what's this vape do? What about this one? What's on? Because he just wanted to replace, you know, he was giving up smoking. He didn't want to smoke. He goes, oh, mate, if you get this one, you can be like a level 3, level 4, I can't remember the exact words. Level 4 vapor, man. You can be doing some fucking fat tricks with this one. That's what he actually said. Some fat tricks with a vape. What is this? You got people who are vape artists? This is the wackest shit that's ever happened, man. This is whack. It's not like it's just, please, leave me out of it. You know? What you want is something that gives you a debilitating disease, you pussy. And vapes, I mean, we don't know what vapes are going to do. It's probably going to be worse. I mean, you're a wanker for starters, you know? But then I realised, shit, what's going on with vapes? It's using I was like, it is using exactly the same tactics that cigarette companies used for years. That's why they banned cigarette advertising, because it's harmful. And they're like, oh yeah, I think they're being naughty bastards with this and trying to make it look cool. So this is Real Men, Real Star. I just started searching for some articles about vaping and shit. Is vaping cool? How vaping is perceived and its effects. Research data on vape and hookah. So the marketing genius behind the Marlboro Man campaign, remember the Marlboro Man? I don't. Fooled us into thinking that cigarette Smoking is cool. 50 years later, the American Health Association declared that smoking is a leading cause in preventable heart disease. Now, there's a hip and a trending alternative to smoking. It's called vaping. The article was a response to one of my reader, he's just got one reader, who asked me a question: is it cool to vape? Why would you ask that? As if, should I take up vaping to be more cool? Let me be straight up with you. No, I don't think it's cool. That's why I like the guy that wrote this article. My curtain seems to be switching. Oh no, it's probably the aircon. Unless it's a ghost. Oh, I've never seen a Thai ghost before. As a father and a non-smoker, I perceived it as an unhealthy habit. Is it right for you? In some cases, the answer is yes. You'll see, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Vaping is when, we know what vaping is, right? Yeah. It simulates the experience of smoking, blah, blah, blah. Is it safe to vape? Is it safe? Research suggests that vaping is already helping smokers to quit, but it hasn't been proven to be 100%. I don't know anyone who's taken on a vape and quit smoking. They just started vaping, and continuously, and blowing out so much fucking smoke is ridiculous. So no, it doesn't. It just replaces it. It's methadone, except you're supposed to come off methadone. The World Health Organization recommended that e-cigarettes should be banned indoors. They emit chemicals that are potentially as dangerous as cigarettes and have a passive smoking risk. Another report says blah, 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 blah. But why is vaping preferable to smoking cigarettes as an alternative for an adult smoker wanting to quit? Less toxic chemicals are created and absorbed, improved air quality, say goodbye to unwanted after effects of smoking. Vaping is not like smoking without the effects. No more smoker's breath, no more offensive smoke or ash. There's no fire hazard, it's true. It is lighter on your wallet, no butts in less ways, blah, blah, blah. Why is vaping not cool? Well, yeah. So why is vaping cool? It doesn't really go into it. But it is... people are looking at it as it being cool. Which is just blowing my fucking mind, man. So here's one. This is from there's something called the Daily American. We're going deep into fucking things I don't know about. Real men, real style. The Daily American. I've never been on these sites before in my life. Question of the week. Why is vaping so popular with teens? Why is it popular with those teeny bops? Little teeny bops. I think that the trend of vaping and dueling, I've never heard of that. I have no idea what it is. Okay, I don't know what that is because I don't hang out in circles of wankers. Okay, so popular because of social media and the idea that it is healthier smoking alternative. Blah blah blah. This leads to people taking these opinions as facts on the matter and forsaking any form of scientific data. Yeah. I don't know how they gain so much popularity, but it's not uncommon for me to see Snapchat stories that involve my peers using a vape or Juul. It's just a social media trend that will hopefully not cause people on social media. Teens in today's society see juuling and vaping as a sort of social activity that makes them look cool in front of their friends. I don't know. This is written by an adult talking about kids, so we don't really know. But while many teens have likely started their bad habit as a simple "look how cool I am," their harmless activity has the potential to lead them down a long road of addiction and dependency. Because teens see these activities as cool, and what everyone is doing, they look over the harmful effects the devices have on their bodies and the adverse effects they can have in the long run. Adverse effects such as popcorn lung. Oh God, yeah, I remember that. Just when you hear the term popcorn lung, it's like it made me cough. It's like, oh God, sounds like a horrible thing to happen, innit? Another off-putting idea is that the FDA... Oh, what happened there? Well, I totally lost one. The FDA does not regulate e-cigarettes. So, what's going on? This is just an opinion piece. But look, kids have gone on social media and thinking vaping's fucking cool. No, it's exactly the same. It went from something to replace smoking, but it has just replaced smoking. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that is smoking. Because it's the same. It ain't fucking different. It's the same. You're inhaling something to satisfy the need. Well, you know, it's a habit. So you have to, I gotta have a vape. Like, it's, you know, it started off with good intentions. Now it's descending into absolute lunacy. And it can be advertised. And kids want to vape. Now, here is another perspective on vaping called freethepeople.org. Yes, it is probably as cringy as it sounds. I've never been on here. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look, absolute bullshit. You get me? Look at that. You know what I'm saying? You know? Look. Ridiculous. Right. Vaping is cool, so the fun police want it dead. Let's free the people. Yeah, take action. Yeah, right. Free the people. We're gonna free the people. I remember that first menthol cigarette a friend gave me on a weekend trip. I'm saying it like this is how the guy would talk, because he thinks he's totally extreme and radical. Like, he's a radical guy. Yeah, rad man. I remember that first menthol cigarette a friend gave me on a weekend trip to Tennessee. Honestly, I didn't really love it, but I just wanted more of it. The cancerous stars were aligned. I stopped after a few months, but during that time, I did begin to understand how some people can go through a pack a day for years. There's something in the back of your head telling you one more won't hurt, even though in your gut, you really just don't want it. Yeah, that's right. My grandfather died before I was born from lung cancer. I'm not going to read that because it's about his granddad. Now I still enjoy the occasional cigar. Yeah, I smoke cigars, ironically. I'm an ironic cigar smoker. Yeah, he smokes cigars, ironically. I do it out of irony. I'm an ironic cigar smoker. Now still, John, again, since you don't inhale the cigar smoke, you got less to worry about for some bad breath afters. No, right, you douchebag. There's high amounts of nicotine in cigars and it gets absorbed into your mouth. If you don't breathe it into your lungs, it'll fucking kill you, absolute noob. Vaping always seemed strange to me. Almost like an adult pacifier. But I gave it a try and it's honestly not that bad. I'm glad vapes are rather enjoyable to use and provide a good alternative to cigarettes, which are loaded with everything from rat poison to things no sane person would ever consume otherwise. There's rat poison in fucking cigarettes, is there now? There's rat poison in ecstasy. Rat poison makes you... What is wrong with you? You think the anti-smoking tobacco lobby? Yeah, those lobbyists that own the government. Yeah, but you'd be wrong, and now the feds want to piece the action. Vape devices for those still lost in the dark, according to Elizabeth Wright at the Morning Consult. Our battery-operated devices that vaporize... Yeah, we don't need this. By the way, people know what vapes are these days, right? Now the anti-smoking and vaping crowds then points to the fact that vapes have addictive chemicals such as nicotine, so they are in essence as evil as cigarettes. Wright continues stating, although the liquid usually contains varying amounts of nicotine, yet still remarkably less than a single cigarette, it can be sold without it. That's right, consumers who vape can at any point choose not to vape with nicotine. Then what's the fucking point? Sorry, can I get that weed without THC, please? In a piece of the Washington Examiner by Guy Bentley, he wrote, Food and Drug Administration, driven by the remorselessness of its own regulatory logic, is marching down a path that could see more than 99% of e-cigarette products taken on the market by 2022. The unjust and stupid war on things people like is always powered by the need for government control over human behavior, or the incestuous relationships between government and big lobbies. What lobby, you may ask? Well, it happens to be the biggest lobby teaming up with the government to kill vaping industry, the big tobacco lobby, that loses a customer each time someone turns to vaping. That's right, big tobacco. Companies like Juul are some of the giants in the... Oh, so there's a company called Juul, and that's why they call it Juuling. Like when you say, I'm going to vacuum the house. You mean you're going to hoover? No, it's like when you say, I'm going to hoover, because that's a make. Vacuum is the... Oh, I get it. Yeah, so some of the giants in the e-cig vape industry, the FDA, wants to kill since a remarkably high number of teens and young adults under the age necessary to purchase nicotine-based products are getting caught vaping jewels. The FDA is now attempting to shut down Juul for good before the end of 2018. Right, well, this is conspiracy, isn't it? Because it's 2019. They come up with a foolproof plan to stop kids from getting hold of their products. This in spite of the fact that Juul has already committed $30 million to fight the underage consumption of its products. 30 million, you say? Which indicates that it takes the issue seriously, according to Peaceful Reason. The problem isn't vaping itself. Children getting their hands on vapes in the first place. It's the collusion between big lobbyists and federal regulators to unfairly mess with consumer demands. This war on vaping has nothing to do with public health because it never has. It has everything to do with misinformation, crony capitalism. Crony capitalism. And the lust for control, what people enjoy because some people neither understand it nor want to understand it, says Remzo W. Martinez. He's a journalist and Amazon best-selling author of Stay Away from the Libertarians. And an Amazon bestseller. Oh, you just know what that means, isn't it? Like, right. What are issues? Yeah, what are your issues? You've got plenty. So, with liberty and justice for all, stop political cronyism, defend yourself. Only a gun used to be our choice. Now it feels like responsibility and unfortunate necessity in dangerous times. Mind your own business. Civil liberties are those bedrock freedoms. Be free to choose. End the war on drugs. Embrace the sharing economy. Defend peace. Break the education industrial complex. This is something I've never heard of. Contrary to the belief of powerful education bureaucrats, there is no one-size-fits-all formula to learning. Attempts to impose a single top-down approach to education at any level has always failed, quite simply because no two students are the same. The technology disruptor Peter Field has gone so far to encourage innovative students to drop out of college. Students getting great. I'm bored of this guy. Well, there is a book about how over the years tobacco has been used by companies as sort of put across the image of smoking being cool. From the images of like James Dean, be a classic, and smoking looks like sophistication. Look at Brett. What's the name? What's her name? The girl on Breakfast at Tiffany's. When she's in Breakfast at Tiffany's, she's got the big cigarette holder, and she's there like, she looks very classy. It looks classy, but you're gonna stink. I stink. So, for years that's how it's pushed. But obviously now it's a new dawn. But vaping is kind of like almost like they're trying to make it like it's an extreme sport or something. Vape tricks. It's even going like blowing. I blow hoops and I blow another hoop for a hoop. And I've seen people like blow a big hoop and then dive through a hoop and go, let me do a dragger with my vape. They're like wankers to non-wanker folk. But I'm sure to some kids, kids like Logan Paul. You know what I mean? Do you know? You know what I mean? Kids Kevin Hart is a really good comedian. You know? Kids like weird shit, man.